girl, let me move Miss Dijon over and hey girl.
Howdy, 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 my beautiful Aries. How are you doing? My name is SimplyVelca, and today I'm going to be doing your weekly tarot reading for January 2022. All right, darling? So if you find some cards that resonate with you in this tarot reading today, let me know in the comments below which cards do and how, because that's how I keep up with you. As well as if you enjoy this vibe, darling, I would appreciate it if you were to give this video a like and subscribe, because it helps me out more than you ever possibly could know. All right, darling, be sure to check out Aries, your sun, moon, rising, and Venus sign to get the full spectrum of what's going down for your life in specific Aries. As well, be looking for the code word that pops up somewhere in this video, darling, to write down in the comments below to be entered into a chance to win a completely free tarot reading by me. All right, so let's just jump right into your tarot reading now. Let's see what it is you're currently dealing with today, Aries. All right, starting this out strong, Aries, with the full energy coming in here. My favorite tarot card in the deck, darling. All right, full energy here. 9 of Swords coming in here. All right, I like this energy a lot. Overall, you know, good intentions, it seems. And then the 7 of Pentacles here. So back of the deck energy here is the Chariot energy. All right, Aries. So I feel like there's a lot of anxiety right now for you, darling, associated with a fresh start here. It feels like for many of you guys, you've had to walk away from a situation that probably, you know, I keep on hearing love bombing, and I know love bombing is like I'm pretty sure it's a psychology term where it's like that a narcissist will do, where it's like they give you a whole bunch of love and then they just randomly pull out entirely here. And I feel like that's a situation you had to recently leave out of, Aries, a situation, or at the very least a situation that felt really strong to you initially, and then for whatever the case is, like it dissipated just as quickly, and now you have to kind of start from scratch again, I feel, right? You have this 9 of Swords energy, which is that card of anxiety, because it's like, I feel like it's associated with the 7 of Pentacles, where you invested a lot into a situation, at the very least emotionally here, and now we're looking at this full energy where you have to start from zero. First thing I want to be telling you, Aries, is that I celebrate you for the fact that for many of you guys, you are no longer interested in fighting with this energy anymore. You're not trying to have it, and you're not clawing back at it, right? What is that one? Who's that one character from Lord of the Rings that's like talks about Precious, about the ring? You know, someone let me know in the comments where you're no longer like that Precious, being like, oh, I need to have this Precious, you know, obsessing over the ring in this way. And some of you guys might have been in that situation for a little bit, right? Because love is addicting here, right? Love in all facets, not just romance here. But I celebrate you, Aries, for being able to separate yourself from this energy here, whether it's a narcissist, if you want to call it a narcissist, or whether this is just an energy that had some really extreme highs and then just out of nowhere, just a complete low is what I feel. All right, so let's start clarifying this row here, Aries, all right? Clarifying your full energy is the 2 of Wands. So for a lot of you guys, you're in this place of not really sure, like there's so much anxiety that you have right now, Aries, associated with this new start that you need to go into, right? The Magician energy coming in with the 9 of Swords. So a lot of you guys feel like you don't have the resources available for you to just create this reality, you know, start from over. And what I want to be telling you, Aries, is yes, you absolutely can. All right, sure, you may have had like a lot that you were hoping for this energy prior that ended up being pulled out from under, you know, that you had to walk away from, Aries. But the fact of the matter is, darling, like you have all the resources and then some, Aries, to manifest reality that you want to see in the world. All right, come on now, Aries, I love y'all so much. Y'all already know your potential, honey. All right, and sometimes you just need to be reminded of it, you know. It's like, oh honey, you dropped your crown, let me pick it up and put it on top of your head. All right, don't allow the situation here to forget who exactly you are, Aries. And then you have the Lover's energy, clarifying the 7 of Pentacles here. Back of the deck energy here. Following through, darling, is that 9 of Swords again, Aries. All right, darling. So much anxiety, darling. So much anxiety with having to just start over again. Some of you, Aries, you're afraid of being single. And I want to be telling you that, you know, don't be afraid of that, darling. You're not going to be alone. Whatever it is that ended up being like, that just didn't work itself out here, Aries, You have something so much better coming in for you in your future here. That's what Spirit is letting me know, to be telling you guys, you know, what it is that you're wanting, what it is that you desire in this world, it easily can be yours. All right. You know, sometimes you just get disappointed by certain things that you were hoping the best on, but it just didn't work out, unfortunately here, unfortunately. But don't have anxiety about this new journey that you're going to be taking, Aries. You know, a lot of the times, especially when you're leaving like a narcissist or some type of abusive situation, a breadcrumbing, ghosting situation, Aries, there's a lot of heaviness associated during that, you know, mourning period really that goes on, just because of the emotions that were involved, right? Sometimes you don't even get closure with the situation, which makes the grieving process that much harder sometimes. All right, but for you, Aries, I just want you to know that you're taken care of. All right, even if your future looks so dull and grim right now, I promise you that's just your current perspective. All right, there's so much more beauty in this world here. All right, get out of that Stockholm syndrome. Let's see what else you are manifesting at this current point in time, Aries. Let's see what good things are coming towards you, darling. All right, let's see what good things are coming towards my beautiful Aries. We have the Five of Cups coming in here. All right, and then we have here the Two of Cups. Aries, what did I tell you, darling? What did I tell you? And then you have the Three of Cups here. So whether this is romantic, Aries, whether this is platonic, darling, all right, you got both the romantic card as well as the platonic card. You have the Justice energy in the back of the deck here as well, Aries, okay? So regardless of what relationship this is talking about, darling, you are taken care of. But you do have to get out of this Five of Cups situation here, right? Where you're so overly focused on the spilled cups that you don't look behind you and realize everything that's setting up for you, the path that's being really carved out for you. You know, you have so many other social options here that your spiritual team is bringing forward into your life right now, Aries. And so they're really, like, again, I know it's easier said than done, right? Especially when emotions are involved. Emotions are a fickle thing, right? You know, it's not just with a snap of a finger that you can get over it, right? So please don't think that I'm like speaking in a way where you can just dismiss it, because that's just not reality here. But you have so much more that your spiritual team is trying to bring forward to you. And while yes, you had that underwhelming situation that first row is talking about, Aries, the second row here is letting you know, darling, that this is what you're manifesting here. You know, sure, you know, imagine like you felt so good maybe at one point with that first row. Imagine what you'll feel when you're actually with some deep soulful connections that are actually meant for you, that are not toxic and abusive and, you know, whatever happened here. Imagine the potential. All right, so keep your heart open. Don't have anxiety over about what you've had to let go of, even though it was extremely hard, because so much beauty here. I do see from my singles love here. At the very least, Aries, you guys are attracting more people in your soul tribe with this Three of Cups here, right? That's, you know, having celebration with other people and just having really thriving connections here. Clarifying your Five of Cups, we have the Tower card. All right, so what is done, which is done. All right, even your spiritual team is just like, all right, now Aries, like, wrap it up, honey. All right, even though like we acknowledge the pain that you had to experience with that previous relationship, the show must go on. All right, pick up your crown, Aries. Remember who the heck you are and be open to this new energy here, because your spiritual team can't keep these pathways open for too much longer. Here's what I'm hearing. All right, you have the Two of Pentacles coming in, clarifying your Two of Cups, of course, now, Aries. All right, because you're juggling too much. It's like you have one hand in the past, but one hand trying to creep into the future here. You got to go full head force into the new. All right, Aries. Also, what I want to be telling you at this time is don't be afraid of love. Don't be afraid of vulnerability. You know, just because, again, you had that rough experience in that first row, darling. I mean, that's all of us, right? That's just life. That is what makes love so valuable, right? That's what makes love so exciting. When we get fall in love with a new friend or a new relationship, right? A romantic relationship, because it's a risky game, darling, and that we all have to pay the price at some point. Sometimes, you know, sometimes that risk doesn't pay off. But what I can tell you, Aries, is that it definitely pays off for you if you choose to be open here, because your spiritual team really is trying to bring forth this connection forward to you, darling, okay? Because Knight of Cups clarifying that Three of Cups, darling. Come on now. All right, the story really just writes itself here, Aries. It really does. All right, love is knocking on your door. All right, you have friendships knocking on your door. You have these depthful soul connections. Your soul family is knocking on your door, Aries. You just have to pick yourself up, wipe away the tears from that previous situation that went down, that, you know, wrongfully mistreated you and just took you for granted, Aries. And you have to be willing to open that door and reminding yourself that, you know, what is coming towards you is not the same of what has happened beforehand. All right, I promise you guys, y'all are breaking cycles. All right, especially because of this Tower energy here. You may have had a continuous like bad luck after bad luck after bad luck here. Tower energy, there's no survivors left here. All right, so that shows to me, at least personally, that this is done and over with. All right, back of the deck is the Four of Pentacles in this deck as well. Four of Pentacles is a card of good investments, and so these new connections coming towards you are going to be very long-term connections as well, Aries. They're not going to just be there these are not temporary connections. These are not temporary friendships. These are long-term. All right, Aries. And it could be a Libra here, all right? It could be a Libra because of this Justice energy being in the back of the deck here. This lets you know Spirit is directly involved in this process of bringing you in these connections into alignment. So you know it's going to be a good freaking connection, honey, at that least, right? So what do you need to be watching out for at this time, Aries? What do you need to be watching out for? What don't you see coming towards you currently, darling? Let's take a look here. One more bridge shuffle here, Aries, and then let's get into this. We have here the Ace of Wands coming in for you, darling. All right, so you don't anticipate strong attractions. I know your heart is set out from previous things, right? Your heart is still mending for some of you guys, but you don't see it coming of strong new love coming in, strong new friendships, right? Then we have the Four of Pentacles coming in. We just talked about this, darling, right? So I don't need to harp on this too much more, especially when it talks about that Ace of Wands. I love it when tarot shows to me that I'm right, honey. I love it when I'm good at my job, because it shows to you guys that you can take these messages in fully and faithfully, all right? And then you have the King of Cups coming in here. So this is going to be a lot more mature energy that's coming forward into your life here. A lot more mature energy. I feel as if you won't have to overanalyze like their body language and what is it they say, what is it they don't say, right? I feel like this is very much so what it is you get. You can take them at face value. You can trust them. Maybe in your previous connections, Aries, you were never quite sure where you stood with your previous connections, right? But in this situation here, what you don't see coming towards you is very depthful, soul fulfilling. Like this fills up your cup. I feel it in my loins, honey. Maybe I shouldn't be feeling it in my loins, someone else, but I digress. Like you are manifesting beautiful love in all of its senses, right? Romantically or platonically, right? Again, because I want to make it a strong point, Aries, that not all love is just about romance here, because I could easily see this being like manifesting like new beautiful best friends that you would have just like really close relationships with as well. All right, so let's start clarifying this row now here, Aries. All right, let's see what else is coming down in this situation here. Let's see what else we can be clarifying about this energy. The Devil energy coming in here on top of this Ace of Wands. So this is really going, these new energies are really going to be challenging your perspective. I wouldn't be surprised, Aries, when they first come into your life that your radars initially go off, not because they show red flags, but because of the ways that they challenge you, right? They're going to be challenging your vulnerability, and that's going to scare you quite a bit, I feel. They're going to be challenging you in your insecurities. They're going to show to you how beautiful you actually are and hold a mirror in front of your face and have you actually look at who you are, Aries, because again, you'll notice throughout this entire reading, I've been having to reaffirm you, telling you that you dropped your crown, king. You dropped your crown. You dropped your crown, queen, king or queen, honey. It doesn't matter your gender, right? You guys need to remember who you are, and these new connections coming in here for you are going to remind you just of that, of how good you are. All right. So these new connections here, they're not here to make you comfortable, honey. They're here for your breakthrough. You have the Emperor energy coming in here on top of your Four of Pentacles here. I feel as if these are going to be connections that are powerful in their own right. This could be energies where they have their own businesses, or they're just very well off on their own things as well. I feel like you're going to be extremely inspired by them as well. Not only just because of like what they do to challenge your own personal life, but you really respect their own craft, that you might share a similar field to them in some way, right? So for example, just because I'm a tarot reader, right, and YouTube's my life, honey, it's like maybe if you do tarot as well, you attract someone that also does tarot, and in that format, for example, right? So pay attention in your workplace. That might be where your soul tribe is starting to try to come through in Aries. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles clarifying that King of Cups here. And so how I see these connections going down is you're going to feel a lot big time right off the bat, I feel, Aries, but it is going to be very different from your previous connections here, where it's not going to progress as quickly as other ones. I feel as if these are going to be connections where you meet them and you start connecting with them, and it's a slow pace thing, but it's also going to be those connections that feel the most stable to you, where it's like very, you might be the type of energy, Aries, where it's like you're used to relationships in your life going from 0 to 100, right? Not really like this learning phase about one another here. I feel as if this is going to be a nice progressive thing here, but I also can't help but feel as if, again, like I feel like there's some type of similar passion, interest, something in terms of finances is associated with this. So please pay attention in terms of your workplace, Aries, because that might be where it is that they're coming in from. All right. So let's wrap up your tarot reading here today, Aries, with some oracle cards. We'll pull a moon oracle card first and foremost, and then we will get into an animal oracle card after the fact here. So we pulled the fixed moon, your fixed moon, Aries. Hold your vision. There we go. I couldn't speak it. I don't know why. Y'all just have me so nervous, Aries. I can't speak properly right now. Hold your vision right now, Aries. All right. Remind yourself of who it is you are. All right. I feel like that, again, that first row really talked about those distractions and really getting you in a place where it just took a heavy blow to you personally. But remember your purpose. Remember where it is that you're trying to go in this world. All right, Aries? And so now let's get into your animal oracle card. We're going to do a bridge real quick, and then we'll pull the card here, Aries. All right? What is the animal oracle card stepping forward for you? You have the penguin spirit. This is a beautiful match for you, Aries, especially for how your story is going. The penguin spirit talks about the period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now coming to an end. So it's safe for you to open up. Remember what I had said earlier, Aries, about how you finally broke the cycle of like bad connections and what have you, right? Because of that tower energy. That penguin card is affirming that exactly to the T. All right. So you can trust again. All right. I promise you. I love you so much, Aries. Hopefully you found some cards that did resonate with you. If you did, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe. All right. If you want to book a private personal reading with me, Aries, my website's linked down below, SimplyVelca.com. Next to my social medias, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. All three of these are just SimplyVelca, same as my name here, darling. All right. I love you so much, Aries, and I'll be connecting with you sometime in the near future. Bye, darling.